Coachsatira, and today I'm coming to you to talk about how to be cheap. If anybody knows from some of my previous videos, I didn't really grow up in a home with a lot of money, and so we learned how to improvise, how to modify, and how to just deal with what we had, right? So there was a lot of hand-me-downs. There was a lot of playing outside and doing sports and activities outside because we just couldn't afford it, right? And one of the best things that I'll never forget is that my grandma had this giant garden. Like, it was huge. And we would go every week and go and get fresh vegetables and stuff. And so as a kid, I didn't really see the value in it, but now as an adult, I do. Because coming into Winnipeg, I didn't have a lot of money. I was going through school. I was working lots to try and pay for school and for rent in my car and all that stuff. And so I went into the classic cycle of having the Katie, the frozen dinners, whatever was quick and simple and easy, going through the drive-thrus of numerous places and not eating good at all, up until about 4 years ago. And then ever since I did get more into the habit of starting to eat better, I will never go back. I won't. And one of my previous videos talked about how I haven't been at my regular job in over 2 months now, and times have been tough at times, and I did go to some resources, and I think about it and I'm not ashamed, because your eating and your health and fitness should be, or at least it is for me, the most important thing in my life, right? It's you. You are living in your body, so how do you want it to end up being? Right? And you don't need a fancy gym. And you don't need fancy clothes. That's why my picture, I'm sitting there in my PJ shorts, right? Like, you don't need to look good, especially if you are working alongside with me. In the morning, I do my stuff online, and then I crawl out of bed, basically, and I'm out in my studio where no one can see me. I have all the space I need, but you don't need that much space. All you need is the size of a yoga mat. That's it, right? And I do change my top just because it's better support. Ladies, you can relate. But, like, otherwise you could do it in your PJs. No one sees you. No one cares. You don't have to fight over machines. And, like, I'm not knocking the gym at all. I was a gym bunny for 3 years straight. I was addicted. I was in the gym 6 days a week. I loved it. I was on the treadmill. I was on the elliptical. I was doing spin classes and kick classes and boot camps and pump and you name it, I did it, right? But then over time, I noticed if you don't have someone going with you and you don't have that motivation, or for me anyway, I get bored really easy. Really, really, really easy. So then that combined with the cost of the gym added up and added up and added up. And realistically, I figured out if I wasn't going to the gym, because I started slowly going off, right? And it wasn't 6 days a week anymore when I was going by myself. It was only once or twice a week. And I figured out if I wasn't going to the gym 4 times a week, it didn't make it worth my money, right? And so once I started hitting those 2 times a week, I was like, okay, well, this isn't getting me the value for my money, which I've always been ingrained in my belief system since I was a little kid, that you need to have value for what you're paying. Why are you going to pay more for something when you don't have to, right? So I did cancel my gym membership, and I'd saved up for a couple months, and then on Boxing Day I got my treadmill, which is downstairs, and I used it quite frequently. And from there I did a bunch of running room, races, all that fun stuff, was going outside, and then my knees started to get really bad. And I couldn't afford the running shoes that I needed to do proper training. And I'm a firm believer, if you don't have a good pair of shoes, whether you're doing running or whether you're doing CrossFit or whatever you're doing, don't do it, because you can injure yourself. And I did injure myself a month ago where I couldn't even walk properly for a week, and it was horrible. So knowing the value is so important. And one thing I really, 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 if anything, out of this whole blabberfest that I'm doing right now, the one thing I want you to take out of this video is know the value of a product, of an item, of whatever, don't judge it by the full cost, okay? And it's actually kind of one of my pet peeves, but it's expected because I was one of those people too, where, like, for example, for my Shakeology, I do get the 30-day supply, and I make it last 2 months because I only do half a scoop because I know my body, I know my stomach, and I can't handle more than that because it is a lot of raw, natural superfoods that we're not used to here in Canada because they don't exist. We can't get that much nutrition here in Canada. You can't, right? And so I have chocolate, I have vanilla, and I have strawberry because, again, I get bored. I need variety, right? Those 3 bags last me 6 months. And yeah, it sucks when you have to pay the full out initial fee, but when you're dragging it out for 6 months, $3. $3 a shake, $3 lunch. Now you tell me where you can get that for anywhere cheaper that's going to give you the same amount of nutritional value, the same amount of vitamins, minerals, superfoods, whey protein, which I need for after my workout anyway, so I now don't have to buy protein powder, right? You tell me where you can find that same value for that same thing. And you come back and you tell me. And I will analyze it, and I love research. I love information, right? And if you bring something to me, I'll be excited. I want to see it. I want to see what you found, right? Let's look over this together. But as long as it compares. If it doesn't compare, like if you're comparing, let's say, Shakeology to Slim Fast, don't even bother. Look at the ingredients, right? And I used to do Slim Fast, and that's why I'm quoting it, and I'm sorry if anybody does it. It tastes good, but it's all sugar, right? And so that's not really going to help if the sugar is turning into the insulin, that's turning into the fat, that's turning into your belly, and yeah, sorry to say, it's not the same. So, if you, like, I'm very, 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 very good on being cheap. I'm very, very good at finding value. I'm very, very good at learning and knowing how to save money to get the things that are really important in life and that we need in society more of. And so if you need help with any of that, please, please, please don't hesitate to come to me and be like, hey, how can I make this help? I need your help. I'm here for you. I want to help you. So let's talk, okay?